Hi there, my name is Kevin. I'm here with a quick Sony Vegas tutorial. I'm using Vegas Pro 13, but I think this applies to pretty much any version of Vegas, old and new. Just a quick tip about chroma keying and green screen usage. If you have a green screen and you want to get the Chroma Key Effect in Vegas, the basic thing that most people know is you use the built-in Chroma Keyer plugin in the video effects section on Vegas. And of course, if you know how to use Vegas, you know how to do that. You can click the video effects tab over here, just drag it on there, or you can click this effects button here. That's what I usually do. Or you can click it if you want it to apply to the whole track. That's what I do. I just got used to doing it that way. You do it the way that works for you. You do what makes you happy. So Sony Chroma Keyer, that's the basic way you do it. You go in there and you can either select the green screen preset, or you can select the color, do that, select the eyedropper tool, select green, and then go in here and just slide these things around till you get what you want. Yada yada yada. But a lot of people run into problems when they're doing that, especially if they don't have like the most professional, most expensive green screen. If you're like me, like if I uncheck this, you see my green screen isn't great, you know. The lighting is a little bit uneven, there's a little bit of wrinkles and stuff, so that makes it a little bit hard to deal with. And you know, if you've got the high-end chroma key plugins that you pay a bunch of money for, they can usually handle this stuff. But if you're like me, you can't really afford all that junk, so you have to find another option. So what a lot of people don't know is that you can also achieve the chroma key effect using a different plugin. So we're going to go in here and get rid of that one, and we're going to select Sony Color Corrector secondary, not the regular one, the secondary one. A lot of people don't know you can achieve the chroma key effect with this one. And in my experience, this one works better for me than the regular Chroma Keyer effect. So you could try this out for yourself, see if it works for you. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to work for you, but it might work for you. At least you have another option now. Maybe you didn't know you could do this. So what you want to do, go in here, and it's basically the same thing as just like more knobs. So what you want to do is you're going to select the effect range. You're going to click this button, select effect range. You're going to get an eyedropper tool, and you're going to select some green. I like to select a green that's pretty close to the subject because a lot of times you get that little halo around the head, so you want that green to be selected. Do that, and now it's selected. It doesn't really show it up on here, I don't think, but that's what you want to do. After that, check show mask, and you're going to get some kind of black and white thing, and then you're going to expand, limit luminance, limit saturation, and limit hue, and then you're just going to go to town on these sliders until you have a full black silhouette, on a white background. And so what I like to do is I literally just go down the list of sliders and move them back and forth until I get what I want. So, you know, start here. Okay, that's getting me away from what I want. I want it to be more of a silhouette, so let's go back until it's okay. It looks like I get, in my experience, when you do this, you're going to get to a point where it's like it's kind of working and then it stops working. And then once it stops working, just go to the next one. Okay, so if I go up, that doesn't seem to help. If I go down, that's making it worse. So let's put that back. Let's go to the next one. This doesn't seem to be doing anything, so we're going to leave that alone. This one, okay, that's bad. We're going to go back. See, that's okay, we're getting there. All right, so it's kind of messing up my silhouette, so we're gonna leave it there. All right, next one. All right, that kind of, see, that's bad, so we're gonna push it up here. Okay, it's this one. That one seems like it might be helping a little bit, but we can check that later. Go down. I find that this limit hue seems to have the most drastic effect. The center one, you have to really be precise with it, because if you go too far down, it messes it up, and if you go too far up, it messes it up. Width, you have to be careful with. So there's that. And then smooth. All right, so we kind of have a silhouette here, but we still have this giant black spot that we need to figure out how to get rid of. So we're gonna go back to the top, and we're just gonna keep messing around. That's the thing. It's the Chroma Keyer is a lot easier. There's less things to mess around with, but I feel like this one is just more precise. So let's try this again. All right, that's not working. Bring this down, and you get the gist. See, now this one is actually having a bigger effect, and we've got a pretty good silhouette. There's a little bit of messed up stuff here, but we're gonna see what it looks like. So now we're gonna uncheck show mask. And then you're like, oh, what? The green screen's still there. Well, now what you got to do is go over here, go to alpha, and turn that off. Turn it all the way to 0. Just like that. And now you see we have our Chroma Key effect. But if you notice, we have a little bit of a little green halo. So we can mess around with these sliders and see if we can get rid of it. And you might have to mess around with this for a good 20 minutes. If you want the effect, you got to put in the work. Okay, now this isn't perfect, but you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. I feel like I'm getting closer than I would have gotten with the Chroma Keyer. It just gets kind of frustrating. And like I said, you have to play around with it until you get exactly what you want. And then once you get some money, you can invest in the good Chroma Keyer plugins that got all the complicated algorithms that can figure out how to deal with all this stuff. And you can do better. But for now, we got to deal with what we got. Another quick tip is if you do find yourself with like jagged edges or a little bit of a green halo, you can try adding the Chroma blur, Sony Chroma blur in video effects, event effects, and add that. You want to drag it to the front right here, and then you can adjust these settings here. I usually put it all the way up, but you can see what works for you. And you see how it helps a little bit. You see that? You see what I'm saying here? I feel like that's an improvement. I mean, you tell me. So there you go. Once you're done, you can add whatever background you want. The most funky background you can think of. And there you go. So, I mean, if you play around with Vegas enough, if you looked up enough tutorials, you probably know this. But I feel I didn't know this until not too long ago. So I figured I would share it with you guys just in case you wanted an alternate method to do the Chroma Key effect in Vegas. And like I said, in my personal experience, I find this to be more effective than the regular Chroma Keyer plugin. And maybe that's just because I have sort of a low budget setup. If you have like a professional, solid green screen with no wrinkles and stuff like that, probably the regular Chroma Keyer works fine. If there are any other Vegas tips or Vegas problems that you have that you can't find an answer to, because there's a bunch of YouTube videos about Sony Vegas. Like, let's be real. So I'm not gonna waste your time giving you information that you already know. But if there's anything that you don't know, I could probably help you out. I could figure it out if I don't know it already. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I guess you can subscribe if you want. I'm probably not gonna update this channel that much unless you guys give me some good, some good suggestions. Just let me know. Communicate. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.